Okay. Hi. It's been a minute. Welcome back to Rambling with Brainstorm Live. June 3rd was the last time I posted, and today is September 19th. That's like 3 months and 16 days. My bad. Yeah, I don't know. A lot's happened since then. I was gonna post a podcast episode back in July, right before my subathon, and then was recording it in my car on my way home to start the subathon, then realized the audio quality was so bad, and so I didn't post it. Yeah. Pause. Let me pull up my notes on my iPad because I didn't write a script for this episode. Because all of my best stuff is unscripted, let's be real. Okay. Yeah. So, as you guys know, or if you're new here, hi, welcome. As you may not know, I get sick a lot. Like, a lot. Like, I'm sick right now, recording this. So, that's so fun for me. I happen to, yeah, I don't know. I get sick a lot, which is not great. I'm back doing school full time, so I've had no energy, cause, back in May, I don't know, back at, May, I had some health stuff come up, and then from there, that's just kind of been kicking my ass, cause it's a chronic thing, unfortunately. But, oh yeah, and I got, another job, which is so crazy to me, cause, I did not want to ever have, I did not ever want another job, and now I have two in addition to streaming, which is crazy. Oh gosh, I haven't uploaded any of my VODs in months, now that I think about it. Oh, my poor VOD channel. They've been abandoned again. Whoopsies. But yeah, basically, since I, stopped uploading everywhere, which was June, I just haven't really gotten back into it. And I only stream on Twitch now, once a week, which is so crazy. I miss it so much. Genuinely going back and, thinking on it, because I used to stream 3 times a week, and so going down to streaming once a week, it feels so, empty now, I will say, because I'm not streaming anymore, and so I don't have that same, outlet to just do stuff all the time, and it's so weird to me that I don't have that anymore, and I actually really miss it quite a bit. But yeah, school, so that's gotten pretty busy, and I just like that, and then health stuff, and yeah, I've gotten busy, and that means I've been lacking severely here, and that's on me, I guess, in addition to the fact that I hate editing so much, more genuinely than anything, I would say, at least anything content-wise, editing is my least favorite thing to do, and that means editing anything, photos, videos, podcast episodes. It's so muchness, and I get really overwhelmed when I have to sit down and edit. That's why, I don't know, I mentioned it a couple of months ago on stream, but I'm hoping to do one video a month on YouTube at least, just so then I have that, time, and I'm able to actually do it without overwhelming myself, because I feel like that's a really bad thing that I struggle with quite a bit, is that sense of, okay, I need to do all of these things, and then when I try to do all of those things, it ends up negatively affecting me health-wise, and that becomes a really big problem. So, yeah, we're working on the whole, don't overworking don't overwork myself. That doesn't exactly go well, though, because, yeah, I don't know. School started, and then I joined 7 clubs, and I have 3 jobs now, and it's like, you don't want to overwork yourself, but you're doing everything in your power to not chill. Like, explain that. And it's so wild to me. Yeah. I've been, like, thinking really long and really hard about the podcast, though, recently. Because, like, if I stop paying for it, then all of my old episodes are going to disappear from, like, a year ago. And I don't want to do that. But if I keep paying for it and I don't use it, that's becoming a waste of money, like it has been the past couple of months. And, like, I don't know. I don't really want to do that to myself or to you guys, especially if this is, like, one of the only ways you can interact with my content. So, the podcast is gonna make a comeback, hopefully. I've said that, like, 2 or 3 times before, and it hasn't, but it will. I hope, guys. I really want to start doing it, or at least, now that this season is almost over, I think I've got one more episode after this, in which I'm probably going to talk more about the podcast and, like, my plan for it in the future or something else. It's going to be very much so that I batch record a lot of my episodes at once and then schedule them and then don't have to worry about that for a while. Because I don't want one season to take me a year. Especially because I'm meant to do 2 episodes a month. And if that's 15 episodes, then or 15 episodes to a season, that's like 7 months, not a year. And it's currently been a year, and that's not really great. I just, like, I don't know, I'm not going for pity points or anything. I just genuinely do have, like, such a bad lack of motivation, and, like, I don't know, over summer I get really bad seasonal depression, and I do in winter as well, which is so weird to think about, because you would think summer, there's more sun, you've more freedom, why would you struggle as much? And I'm like, it's the lack of a routine, or, like, I have a really hard time finding, like, a purpose in summer just because I don't have anything to do, because I was always way too broke to, like, go out to water parks, and I don't really like water parks a whole lot, and we don't really have any amusement parks or anything, and I live in Idaho, and so, like, all that we can do here is Walmart, Target, and Costco for free, and even then those cost money, so it's not really like, oh, I can just go and do a thing. So I try to keep myself very busy, especially during those 2 seasons, so then I don't have to deal with, like, lack of something to do, which gets really hard, especially when all of my friends get super busy out of state and stuff, and then I'm like, okay, I can't hang out with anybody today, and I forgot to schedule myself something to do, so what do I do? And I know my dad all the time, he's like, oh, just be a kid, relax, but I don't know, it's really hard for me to do that just because during the school year and stuff, I'm so used to, like, just go, and I feel like that's the hardest part, is that transition from here's everything you have to do during the year to nothing, and just that massive amount of free time is so, it's hard for me to deal with, I will say, and also because it gets really hot, and that does not work well with me, because I overheat super easily, and then in winter, it's just, like, there's so much to do, and then it's really cold, and I have, I'm on the hypermobility spectrum, and I've got other issues, like I said earlier, so it being super cold out doesn't really work well either, because then I'm too cold to do stuff, and that becomes another problem for me, because it's either too hot or too cold to do stuff. And then you have those couple of months during spring where everyone's getting sick to allergies, or it's just really, really wet outside, and so you can't, like, do anything. And then in fall, everyone's more focused on what are all of the fun seasonal things I can do, and so then everything gets expensive. And everything's just expensive in general, because that's the kind of society I live in here in America. And I'm sure other places in the world too. I've never traveled outside of America. Hell, I've barely been, like, past Denver, except for, like, one summer in which I went to 2 states on the East Coast, and, like, that's it. So I don't really have, like, a lot of, like, wide, experience with with other places, in the world. But yeah, I just, so it gets hard in winter because then there's so much to do, but it's too cold for me to comfortably be able to do anything. And in summer, there's not enough to do, but it's too hot for me to do things. And so I get stuck in a really bad place of anything outside of my house hurts or is, like, a nightmare to deal with because it's hot or it's cold or it's expensive. And up until recently, I did not have, like, any money to do things. So, nor did I have, like, a method of transportation, like, to get around to do other things, which made it really hard as well. But, yeah, we're currently, like, in fall season, so I'm hoping, like, this month through November, it'll be okay-ish for me to, like, actually do stuff so then I can get into a groove before December. So then when December hits, I already have that same motivation and I can carry that, like, I can do this mindset into the colder months from, like, December to April. And then, you know, once April hits, it'll be spring again, which will be okay, even if it's, like, gross outside and I get really sick in spring. Like, the winter, like, December through May this year, okay, well, I guess December 2024 through May 2025, I was sick with bronchitis, like, every couple of weeks, and that's what I have now, and it's so irritating to deal with that, because I'm sick, and then I'm out for a week, and then I just, like, can't do anything. I don't have the motivation to do much, and that's very hard to, like, deal with, because I have so many passions. I just don't have a really great way of expressing those, or, like, doing stuff with those, just because that's not the kind of, like, place I live in. Like, if you've been with my content for a while, you will know that it's been a long-term goal of mine to live in, like, a bigger city. Like, when I was a kid, I really wanted to live in Hollywood or, like, Los Angeles. And then I visited New York, and I'm just, like, I fell in love with it back in 2023, and so I would really like to visit there, or even live there. I feel like would be okay-ish. Just, like, I want to live, also they have better transport systems than we do here. I feel like if I moved to, like, somewhere on the East Coast, I would really miss the scenery that we have here, though. And so it's just, like, a really big place of I have so much passion and energy and not enough space nor time nor, like, abilities to do anything with it. And hopefully I'm gonna get that changed pretty soon. I'm really hoping that with my birthday upcoming, and then also, like, working with a consistent paycheck now, which is really nice. I didn't realize how nice that would be. I will be able to, like, go out and do more, which means I'll be able to have, like, I think it was Billie Eilish that said it, but the depression doesn't go away, it just gets better. And I'm really hoping that I can keep it better, especially during those rougher months. So then I'm just ready to deal with all sorts of things. And yeah, I don't know. That's kind of it that I wanted to talk about for this episode. Just where I've been, why I dropped off the face of the internet, except for Twitch. I mean, and like, I don't have Twitter on my phone anymore, and so I forget to post my stream notifs there. Or I just genuinely don't want to, which is pretty bad, because that really defeats the whole purpose of wanting to do this full time in the future, because it means it's not getting out there. And consistency is key, but also quality over quantity is both really big to me. And so I just, like, I don't know. I'm working on getting back into the groove of things, and I'm hoping that hopefully I will be able to do it. I mean, okay, the one thing I'm kind of worried about with my one video a month thing is that, like, I'm not gonna get stuff done. Like, I'll film a Christmas video, like, late November, early December, and then post it at, like, December. But I also have, like, I have so many ideas, and so I don't really know how consistent it will be, especially when it's, like, getting later in the year towards that more holiday season, just because of, like, there's so much to do. And especially if I wanted to do something like 25 days of Vlogmas or whatever, like, as so many people do, that means every day filming, editing, posting, rinse and repeat, and I don't have time nor energy for that. I'm hoping, like I said, hoping I will. Don't know if I can, but it is pretty big up there on my list of things that I want to do, is that I want to be able to publish and, like, create as much as I can. So, yeah. I don't know. That's kind of it for this one. I just wanted to check in and be like, hey guys, I didn't disappear entirely. I'm here. I'm just not motivated. So, yeah. Here's my I'm here and I'm not motivated. But if you're still listening, thank you for sticking around and hanging out. I'm Nick, or Rainstorm Live, and I will see you guys hopefully really, really soon. Check out my Twitch. I'm live every Sunday at 12 p.m. Pacific, and you should follow all of my socials. They're the same name here, Rainstorm Live. And if you have any ideas that you want me to talk about on the podcast, contact@rainstormlive.com is my email. So yeah, feel free to reach out, and then hopefully I'll see you guys really, really soon. Thank you so much. Bye-bye, everyone.